Thank you guys for joining us. We just want to talk briefly and catch you up to date on some things that have been going on this week, as far as in the world of logistics is concerned. We had some interesting uh, situations that arose in dispatching and as carriers or owner operators. You have to be very careful about the loads that are offered to you and things of that nature. So, we're going to kind of highlight that a little bit, talk about things like that. We're going to talk about some of the driving opportunities that are available with Ellick Logistics. We have some CDO driving positions that have come available, especially in the Georgia area. We currently have a truck that is um, available for the right driver in the Ringgold, Georgia area. So we're going to talk about a variety of topics today. We're going to talk about some opportunities. We're going to talk about some current events that are going on right now in the trucking industry. So let's jump right into it. I was noticing on CDL Life, I was looking at a few stories that they have right now. One that particularly caught my interest was one. I haven't actually dove into the story. I just actually saw the headline of where an unsecure load, Tennessee, looks like the Tennessee troopers stopped a flatbed or an oversized uh, load, and it was unsecured. Well, it wasn't secured properly, and it resulted in about 18 violations. So that's crazy. So we're going to talk about different things like that. Um, We're going to talk about. There was another story out there about a truck driver that was arrested on homicide charges. It's a variety of things that are happening in the news this week. But first of all, I wanted to share with you a story that happened with a particular driver that is was in the process of getting our dispatch services. So we have a sister company that also does dispatching. We have our own trucking company, but then we also have a sister company that dispatches different drivers with their own authority and their own MC number. So something very interesting happened this week. So he was put in touch with a broker that was supposed to be supplying him loads. Well, in the process of getting set up with the brokers, and this particular broker, let me give you the name of the company that's doing this. Is a scam, guys. So this is very good to kind of know. The name of the company is Green Logistics. And if you go to the website, let me see if I can share my screen with you, so you can take a look at this as well. Let's see here. I'm going to try to share my screen. Mm, let's see. Tucker Capital, my profile. Mm, let me move this down over here. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to share my screen with you so you can see this one. Let me try to move that tab there. Okay, cancel. Now let's try to do it. Okay, here we go. All right, and I hope you guys can see my screen okay. Um, but the name of this particular company is called Green Logistics LLC.org. And all of this, guys, is being brought to you by Ellick Logistics Incorporated. They're the sponsors of this particular program. So hopefully we're bringing these type of situations to you where it will help drivers in the future to avoid being scammed. So if you'll go to this particular website. It's called greenlogisticsllc.org. And if you go to that website, you'll pull up uh, what looks like a normal website about a uh, brokering company or a brokerage that is offering services to drivers. They offer loads to drivers, right? So if you look at it, it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. Okay. So this particular company is saying that they're out of Jason, where is that company out of? Washington? Was it Washington? Let's see. Pennsylvania. Okay, so this particular company is saying that they're located in Pennsylvania. Now, if you go on the safer web, that is supposed to be the security blanket for companies, uh, different carriers, to check out the legitimacy of brokerage. Okay, to tell whether a broker is legitimate or not, if there's any issues, if he's has his surety bond and everything in place. Okay, so this company seems to, if you look on the site, it seems to be on the up and up. I mean, it looks like a professional site. Now, and they're saying that their address is located at 121 Frog Holland Road, Churchville, Pennsylvania, 18966. Jason, will you do me a favor? Will you go to the Safer Web and pull up this particular and look for this particular company, Green Logistics LLC? Anyway, the point I'm getting to, if you go to the Safer Web and you look for a company called Green Logistics, it will pull up this company with this same exact address. But let me tell you what's different, and then you'll be able to follow along and notice what happened. Okay, so if you go to the Safer Web, let me know when you got it up. Okay, so what does it say is the MC number for this particular company? Say it again. Okay, so the Safer Web is saying that the MC number for this company is 1237784. Okay, for Green, is it Green Logistics? Okay, so for Green Logistics LLC, it is giving an address of 121 Frog Hollow Road, Churchville, Pennsylvania, 18966. So if you go back and you try to see on the Safer Web if this is a legitimate brokerage or not, according to this website, you'll be like, yeah, it is. But let me show you the one difference that was a key indicator that this is a fake company that is using a legitimate company's MC to try to steal business, try to defraud carriers. What's the number for Green Logistics on the Safer Web? 267-703-5313. Okay. So the number for Green Logistics on the Safer Web is not the number that's listed on this particular website. So the number that's listed on this particular website is 215-598-2533. There's a completely different number that's listed on the Safer Web. And when you're trying to check out the legitimacy of companies, you have to go with the number that's listed on the Safer Web or the FMCSA sites. Okay. So it's a completely different number. And that's the only thing that differentiates this particular entity from the entity that's listed on the Safer Web. So when you sign up for this company and what they're asking you to do, okay, if you go back to the homepage, you'll see on there where it says send agreement. So you click on send agreement. They're asking you to send in an agreement. They're asking you to sign up with them, basically. But as I kept looking deeper into the wording of this particular agreement, you can tell right away that it's not a legitimate site here, because what they're doing, they're asking for a security deposit before they provide you freight. Okay. So this is what they are trying to say. If you go here, you sign up for this particular brokerage, you're trying to get loads. because they'll tell you they can get you all kind of loads. They tell you they can get you direct lane, direct shippers. They can get you lanes, things of that nature. So right here where it says security deposit, it says to confirm a scheduled load, the carrier is required to make a $400 refundable security deposit via a direct or instant payment method to Green Logistics LLC. After payment, the carrier must obtain a receipt confirming the deposit. The deposit will be reimbursed with the payment for the first completed load or at the termination of this agreement. No brokerage does that, guys. No legitimate brokerage is going to ask you to pay uh, in order for them to provide you loads. So right away, that's a red flag. And if any you run into a company doing that, you need to cease communication with that company. And before you start sending a company documents, you need to research that particular company, first of all, by going to the safer web. Number two, making sure that the address that's listed on these websites, uh, first of all, you want to make sure that the name is consistent with what's listed on the safer web. Okay. It needs to be the same exact name. Number two, you need to make sure that the address is consistent with what's on the safer web, also with the website that you're looking at, because there's could be several different entities or companies under that particular name, but it could be different addresses. You want to check out the MC number that's associated with that account. And last but most important, phone numbers matter. Um, if you deal with companies like Highway, if you deal with the bigger brokerages like TQL and things like that, they're going to make sure that the phone numbers that you have listed, um, or that you're using or that you're dialing from, is consistent with the phone numbers that you have listed on your MC 150 and with the FMCSA site. Okay. They're going to make sure that all of those things are consistent. So when you're checking out different brokers or different brokerages, you need to do the same thing. So if somebody's calling you, I don't give a damn who they are. I don't care if it's TQL, RXO, I don't care who they are. If they're calling you from a number that is not listed on the FMCSA site or on the safer web, this is what you can do. Okay. Because there's different extensions, everyone has direct lines and things of that nature. So we can see how that's feasible and how that, can be a common thing in everyday business. But what you want to do is, if Tom has called you from a specific number that does not match the number on the safer web, what you can do is you can tell Tom, hold on a minute, or let me get right back with you. Give me 5 minutes and I'll give you a call back. You can call TQL, you can call RXO and say, hey, I just got a phone call from Tom Williams. He says he's a representative of yours. He called from a number 217, blah, 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 blah. Is this one of your representatives? And they can tell you yes or no. So that's a good way to keep yourself from getting defrauded by scammers. There are so many scams out here right now. And this actually happened to a friend of mine, um, that was interested in doing business with that particular brokerage. That's Trevor with Octane. Will you tell him, give me about 10 minutes and I'll be right? Give me about 15 minutes and I'll be right with it. Um, and actually, what they did, they had tried to bamboozle him out of $400. No one has time to be giving away that type of money, to people that are just sitting there waiting to scam you. So, uh, and of course, they had accents. Of course, they were from overseas. And this is one of the reasons people are skeptical about doing business with people that have, you know, that they can tell are foreign entities. That's one of the reasons, because that's where a lot of the scams and things originate from. Fortunately, we were able to help this particular individual get his money back, and I was ecstatic about that, because it may not seem like a lot of money, but nobody has time to be giving away $400 to somebody that's just sitting there plotting on you and trying to figure out how to get your hard-earned money. So you have to be very careful when you're when you're searching online, when you're going to these different, sites, trying to find loads, trying to find brokers. And this particular broker, is actually on load boards. The real broker is actually on load boards. Um, so this could have easily, anybody could have easily failed for this type of scam. But you have to really, really watch out. You have to really, really try to know what you're doing. When you're out here looking for loads, try to get you guys a dispatcher. I'm not just trying to sit here and make you get our services, but you do need some type of dispatcher, because a dispatcher can do brokerage checks on you. They can check these brokers. For instance, you can take loads from a broker and not get paid. It's just like that right now. So uh, you have to do everything in the industry nowadays to protect yourself and to protect your company and your business, because you get a few situations like this, and it can put you out of business for those that don't have a lot of capital to back them up. Some of us out here are running, and we're literally running from load to load. We don't have the capital or the reserve to be able to take losses like this. So you have to be very careful, and you have to deal with people, uh, especially dispatchers, that have your best interest at heart, and that's going to look out for the integrity of your company. So I just thought that was an experience. This happened last Thursday or Friday. Fortunately, uh, the gentleman was able to get his money back yesterday, and I was just so ecstatic that he was able to get his money back. One of the things we did, we weren't going to let that scammer get away with that without making him paying the price. So what we did, we have a lot of different phone numbers here at our company, because we're also an outsourced BPO center. So we have several different phone numbers that we can call from. And so we were calling this broker just almost around the clock. We were just harassing the hell out of him to try to get, this particular individual his money back. And usually a scammer, when they get your money, you're done. You don't get your money back. But this gentleman happened to be blessed and highly favored, that he was able to get his money back in full. So I just wanted to tell you about that. That was something new to us. We had personally never experienced anything like that. I'm glad we did, and I'm glad the end result came out the way it did. It taught us all a lesson. When you're dealing with these brokers, make sure you follow that one final step of looking up the broker, looking up the phone number that's listed on the FMCSA site, that the registered phone number for that company. Call that phone number and try to reach the specific individual that's calling you or wanting to talk to you. Hold on, guys. Let me see what this is. This Stan, how may I help you?
Hey, hello. Is it John here?
No, John is not in the office. He's out on sick leave right now. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, yeah, I really need to talk to John right now. What's your good name, by the way?
My name is Stan. What's your name? Who am I talking to?
Stan, it's Eddie from SpeedX Networks. There's a Jason also in your office. Is it present right now?
Jason is actually on break. But if there's anything you have, any
Oh,
questions or anything, I can answer them for you.
the reason is I'm calling is because, we are dispatchers, and the John told me that they're gonna be booked on Monday, so that's why I was checking on Monday, but he wasn't present at that time, and he's on the sick leave right now. So I was talking to Jason, and today I was up to talk to about the Jasons and giving him the load, but Jason is not right now. So Stan, can you help me out for when your trucks are going to be repaired, or when are we going to give you the load?
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Are you a dispatcher
Okay.
that's already on boarded with us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you dispatched us on any loads in the past? Will this be your first load?
No, this would be our first load.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you? and I'm not looking in our CRM to know the information on your company. Do you dispatch box trucks and semis, or is it just one or the other?
No, we dispatch it, both. They send out documents to like a box truck or a semi. It's a drive 153, right?
Right. We have two box trucks that are 26 foot with the lift gate, and we have semi truck. So, but the box trucks, we're getting in new box trucks. They'll be here. They should be here tomorrow, and they should be ready to
Oh,
be
tomorrow.
dispatched tomorrow, either tomorrow or Thursday. Yes.
Okay. So right now there is no truck like available empty, so we can give them a load, right?
No, we don't need any loads as of right now. Everything's taken care of as of right now.
Okay. Like Jason told me, like the both of the trucks are on the maintenance, so you are now going to buy new trucks,
We we have new trucks coming in either tomorrow or Thursday. Two new box trucks.
two new box trucks, and you will be like you have three box truck and one dry van, right? In
C-
total.
correct.
Okay. So tomorrow or maybe on a Thursday, I will check on you if there is a John or Jason or you, Stanman. So I will check on you. Okay.
Okay, you can,
Or
yeah, if you call either Jason, John will be able to help you. Normally I don't, and I'm not the one taking the calls, but because they're on breaks, that's why I'm taking the call.
oh, no problem, man. So
Okay.
you are like a representative or what?
I'm the director here.
Oh, okay, okay, Stan. So like tomorrow or maybe on the Thursday, I'll call you. May
Yeah,
or
tomorrow's
who
fine.
will pick
Just
it
to,
up?
just
Yeah.
to check in to be sure. Give it tomorrow, maybe around 1 o'clock, anytime after 1, just to make sure that we have the
Yeah.
trucks and we have them assigned out and that they're ready to go.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, man.
And what's the name of your
Thank you
company?
for your time. It's a Speed X Networks. I have texted my name and company number. John already have our company proposal and the documents he have sent it on the Roman Stocks email, and we have like everything on for the onboarding.
Okay, so everything's completed. Okay. And what's your name again?
Yeah, my name is Eddie.
Eddie. Okay. All right, not a problem. All right,
Yeah.
man. Thank you so much for the phone call.
All right, Stan.
All
Thank
right.
you, man. Have a great day.
You too, brother. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Now, just to give you an example right there, that's a gentleman that wants to do business with us, right? He is a dispatcher. And it's just the way it is. All of them are going to have foreign accents. Um, the majority of people that you deal with now in dispatching, the majority of the ones that are going to call you to try to get your business are going to be foreign entities. And you really have to do your research on them as well. Um, so, I mean, you have to do your research on because they're located in, you know, a part of the US or something like that that's different from where you're at doesn't mean they're not legitimate companies. It doesn't mean that they're not legitimate. It doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing. You just have to do your due diligence when you first sign up with them, or when you're inquiring, or when they're inquiring with you to do business, because they can really. Uh, there's so many scams out there. Really, people can put the boots to you, man, as far as screwing you. But okay, that's all I really wanted to say about that. I really wanted to share that story with you. And I know that the particular individual that this happened to, he would have wanted me to share this story with you. Uh, just so happens, man, he was blessed to be able to get his money back, and we were so appreciative of that. Let's see what else is going on in the news here. On I was looking at some stories that was happening on CDO Life, and the one I was telling you about. Let's see here. Yeah, that's unsecured load. Okay, let's see what was going on with that one. I mean, they were arresting drivers. They are taking drivers off the road right and left. These non-domicile CDLs aren't flying anymore, so they are just, man. I believe it's really going to change the market because now it was already probably been it's always a shortage in drivers. Now it's really going to be a big shortage in drivers. So that might make the rates, go up. I'm just looking to see when that is going to happen. At some point, it's going to affect the industry like that. Um, let's see here. What was this about? What was this story about? A Tennessee Highway Patrol trooper found nearly 20 violations during a recent inspection on a vehicle hauling heavy equipment. Looked like the particular trailer. It looks like it's. Let me share my screen with you. Uh, let's see. Uh, uh, let's see here. Let me share my screen with you so you're able to see this particular story. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. All right. All right. So this is the particular piece of equipment that was being hauled, and you can tell, man. Oh my God! Look how this thing is secured down. Look at the trailer it's on. I'm not even sure if the trailer it's on is the Lord have mercy. Anyway, it talks about the. It says the Tennessee Highway Patrol found nearly 20 violations during this particular inspection. So it said on January 12th, 2026, uh, THP said that a trooper with the Motor Carrier Plus unit conducted an inspection that resulted in the discovery of 19 total violations. And it says to see below some of the notable violations. Stop and turn lamps inoperative. Five, oh wow. And that's on the trailer. 5 of 8 brakes inoperative on a combination unit. Now that's wild. 5 of 8 brakes inoperative. Unsecured load. Emergency air brake hose with visible dry rot. So if there that now that's an issue. No required periodic inspections. No proof of insurance. That doesn't mean he didn't have insurance, but you are required. They know. I mean, you're required to have that all in your. You're supposed to keep what's called a permit book or a little binder where you are able to present to law enforcement whenever they ask for it, like things like proof of insurance, registration for your trailer, registration for your unit, your tractor, any type of permitting, your if does, any type of local state permitting that you may need, especially in places like Oregon, New York, California, Kentucky, things like that, where you have to have extra permitting outside of the regular IFTA um, permitting. So that was one of the violations that they had. Let's see what else. Um, wow, this looks horrible. These are actually some of the vehicles that are on the road, people that are driving beside our loved ones that are, when we're just driving down the road, we're not thinking, as we approach these vehicles or these vehicles overtake us or, pass us, we're not thinking that they're unsafe. We got our minds elsewhere, but your life can really be in danger just by following a piece of equipment like this or by this type of driver attempting to come around you. And this piece of equipment, if it's not secured properly, what if it comes off of that trailer? Whatever's on the side of it, whatever's behind of it is just gone. Okay, so we as drivers, we got to teach our family members to be aware, um, and to drive with an extra sense about themselves, as far as their surroundings are concerned. So whenever they're passing these these semi trucks and these flatbeds, whether it be a dry van, flatbed, hot shot. Don't just assume that these drivers know what they're doing. Don't just assume that they've done the right thing. Don't just assume that their equipment is operating in the capacity and the way that it's supposed to. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. I had to send a message. But anyway, um, we have to teach our family members to be very careful as they're riding alongside these different type of vehicles on the road. So, guys, I just wanted to share this story with you. I wanted to share that experience that we had this week. I wanted to also let you know that Ellick Logistics is uh, hiring drivers. They're hiring CDO drivers. So if you're interested in possibly starting with a brand new company that um, if you want to get a fresh start, if you hold on, guys, let me see who this is. This Stan, how may I help you?
Yeah, hi. My name is Steven. I'm calling from HB Logistics. Can I speak with John?
John is not in today. He is actually on sick leave. Is there something I can help you with?
Actually, sir, I just want to verify your truck is available by today taking a load.
No,
Yesterday, you told me your truck is under maintenance.
right, right. No, they're not available today. We should have some new box trucks coming in tomorrow. So those trucks will be ready for loads either tomorrow or Thursday.
Tomorrow or Thursday.
Yeah,
So box truck is available.
those are
John.
26-foot box trucks.
Yeah. So tomorrow your box truck is available.
I said they should be ready, available either tomorrow or Thursday.
All
We
right, sir.
receive
All right.
them
Okay.
tomorrow.
All right. Okay, fine. So your John is not available in the office right now.
No, he's not available today, and I'm not 100% sure he'll be in tomorrow. He's on sick leave. But the gentleman taking his place, his name is Jason. So if you'll call back tomorrow, ask to speak to Jason, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
And
much.
what's your
Bye.
name?
Yeah. My name is Steven, sir. I'm calling from HB Logistics.
HB Logistics.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Have we ever ran loads with you before? Or will this be your first load with us?
Actually, I got a mail from John Joseph. So he told me a truck is available on Thursday last week, but unfortunately, there's not available. So that's why I'm just verify it's available or not. And you told me your truck is under maintenance right now.
That's
So the
not the
truck is not
that's
ready
not
for
the
it.
question I asked you. The question I asked you was, have we ever ran loads with you before, or will this be the first one?
It's the first one, sir.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for clarifying that for
Yeah.
me. Okay, all right. Well, if you'll call back tomorrow, ask to speak to Jason, and he can take care of anything that you got going on.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the call. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so that's another dispatcher that's calling, wanting to do business with us, and I'm a little skeptical about when you're dealing with dispatchers. Attention to detail is very important. So when I asked the gentleman a question and he didn't answer that particular question, he jumped off into something else. Little things like that concern me, because in dispatching you have to pay attention to what's being said to you, and you have to pay attention to the detail that's in the dispatch instructions, or whether you're getting it from a load board, whether you're talking to a broker, you have to pay attention to detail. And when somebody tells you something or asks you something, you have to be able to articulate back the correct information. And when a dispatcher doesn't do that, that's a red flag for me, because if you're responsible for dispatching our drivers and you don't pay attention to detail or don't pay attention to what the broker's saying, you're going to screw something up, big time. And then when we get there, or when my drivers get there, it's not going to be what what they thought it was going to be. It adds to confusion. Um, but anyway, that's a whole different story. That's just my preference. So, guys, thank you for joining in. If you have any questions about Ellick Logistics and the different driving opportunities that we have, please give us a call at 754-946-5003. Again, we have CDL positions that are available. We have a truck right now that is available for a CDL driver in the Ringgold, Georgia area. And that is an OTR position. So, but we do work with you as far as home time and things like that is concerned. So, if you're interested in possibly driving with Ellick Logistics, call or wanted to find out more what the compensation is, what the home time looks like, give it a call. What could it hurt? 754-946-5003. And again, thank you for joining this live, and I hope everybody has a good day and you guys be safe out there on that road. Okay, peace.